We as a society are suffering from mental illness on unprecedented levels. Everything from depression, bipolar, anxiety, all this kinds of stuff. And it's so crazy to me that a lot of the reason of which we are struggling is because we've been made to feel so inadequate. Hey, what's up everyone? This is a little bit of an impromptu video, just a thought that I've been having this morning. And it's basically about how untrue we are to ourselves as a society in general. And it's interesting because our society and a lot of the marketing that we see and the things that go on, it pushes this narrative that if you are not quote unquote successful, you're basically worthless. And it's like, it's amazing how much we get caught up in this in our lives. And, you know, for me personally, I've had a lot of like introspective moments and such where I have come to find that the routes that I was traveling on in life, they're not that conducive to who I am. Like, in our society, if you think about it for a moment, and I know that there's some people who are maybe watching these videos and maybe you don't have everything that like I'm gonna name here, but at the end of the day, a lot of us, we have a safe place to live, right? Like the house that I live in here, I mean, to me, it's the nicest place I've ever been, but the place that I live in here is like, it's fucking huge. I mean, at least for me, like I got 3 bedrooms over here. I got a 2-car garage. I have a big ass backyard. I have a downstairs where I just put a gym in. I've got an attic upstairs. I have like, I don't know, freaking 2,000 square feet, like maybe if you put it all together. And it's like, it's just me, right? You know, like, I mean, I have people here all the time and stuff. And my girlfriend stays the night all the time, but like, it's basically just me living here. And it's like, I'm not quote unquote successful by society's standards, but for me, for so long, I have lived my life that like nothing I'm doing is good enough. Like at all. Nothing, no matter how much money I make, no matter how nice a place that I live, no matter how many, you know, vehicles I have or things that I'm doing, sales I've made, people I've influenced, videos I make, followers I have, so much never feels like it's good enough. And it's because of comparisons to these like really out there outliers in life. And it's like there's so many people who are comparing themselves to these outliers of like Elon Musk or Grant Cardone or, you know, Gary Vaynerchuk or all these uber successful people who are sitting on millions of dollars and tons of properties of real estate and all this kinds of stuff. And I'm making this video because it's like, how many things do we do in our lives that have nothing to do with who we are inside and our own definitions of success and what it is that we truly want? And how much are we doing because it is the perceptions of others that we care so much about? Part of the reason I've been thinking about this so much is that, you know, my 5th anniversary of when I said I was going to be a millionaire is coming up, and it's April 1st. And I've said it many times. I didn't even realize that it was, you know, April Fool's Day. So the thing is 5 years ago, almost, you know, 5 years, I said that I was going to be a millionaire within the next 5 years.
I plan on being a millionaire within 5 years. Now, if I'm not a millionaire in 5 years, I guarantee you I will be farther on the way than most people my age, because I set that goal up there.
And it's like, back then, I cared so wholeheartedly about the number. And I didn't really care too much about what the concept was. And the thing is, I am not going to be a millionaire by April 1st of this year. In fact, I'm not even going to be halfway there, like, of becoming a millionaire. And the thing is that what held me back from becoming a millionaire in that time, specifically, were health issues.
So this will be near you.
Yeah.
Let's get a headshot.
Yep.
All the conductive paste in your scalp.
Mm-hmm.
From this angle is
I
particularly...
typically put conductive paste in my hair.
It's the best. It's
I
the
brush
best hair
my
product.
teeth with
Oh my
conductive
God.
paste.
You got to get this shot over here. This really captures the beauty.
Over here?
Like Van Gogh, the colors. You got Skittles smashed all over
This is
here.
not what I expected, for the record. I thought you were going to... And dealing with ghosts of the past and the PTSD shit and all the stuff that I didn't focus on. I didn't take care of myself necessarily in the beginning of when I stated that goal, because all that mattered to me was having this number in my account and having this. It was really just like a concept of a kid almost. Like I just wanted to be a millionaire. I want to be able to buy whatever the hell I want. I wanted to be able to do whatever the hell I wanted. And the thing is that it's like, as time has gone on, I absolutely still care about being a millionaire, but it's not for the number. It's because of the life of what is possible there. It's because of the freedom to do whatever I want to do. It's because of the good health care that I can get. It's because of the good food that I can eat, because of being able to have such a freedom in life to basically do whatever it is I would like to. But the interesting thing is that I've realized you don't have to be a millionaire to do that. That number is kind of arbitrary once you reach a certain income level. And all that we see so much in our society is all these people who are just like constantly advertising, make money doing this, make $10,000 a day, become a millionaire by next year, do this, do that. And it's all these numbers, and it's like, if you don't have passive income, these people constantly make you feel like a loser. And the truth of the matter is that there's really no such thing as passive income. I mean, at super high levels, at guaranteed interest rates that are going to be low, sure, there's passive income, but when you have real estate, it's not passive. You know, you're going to have to pick up the phone. You're going to have to deal with something. When it comes to stocks, you're going to have to study the markets. If you even want to put your money into something where you get dividends, great. That doesn't mean that you have true passive income. That means that you basically have to monitor things and read the markets and understand what's going on in the economies of the world and such, and how it's going to affect your stocks. Regardless if you want to hold over the long term, you can have people that are going to screw things up in a company, and that company is going to basically end up going out of business. That can absolutely happen. So this idea of passive income and making money from anywhere and opening all those stores, those online stores that everybody talks about, or selling for multi-level marketing companies, or all this bullshit. Dude, none of it's passive. It's really not. I've checked out many things, and if I am wrong, put it in the comments that I'm wrong, because I don't think I am. But where I'm basically going with this, and where this came from, is that, you know, as I've been tackling my issues, my anxiety issues, and the problems with my body, and all these things that accumulated over the years from everything that I went through, it's like I'm almost coming out of a fog. And it's like I'm starting to have like this really deep appreciation for things that I didn't necessarily have entirely before. And what I mean by that is like for example, I'm going to show you something really cool. I'm going to show you something that's like I don't even know what the percentage is of people in the world who don't have this, but I'm just going to show you something I think is really cool. You see this right here? That's a thermostat. And basically, this thing has a magical little button here where if I hit here, it goes up. And if I hit here, it goes down. You know what this does? This fucking changes the temperature of my environment to whatever I want it to be. Do you have any idea how crazy that is? Like, for everybody out there who wants to be like these absolutely uber successful, whatever the fuck you want to be, do you have any idea how crazy it is that you can change your environmental temperature from the fucking wall? Like, that's crazy. And the thing is that, like, I've started gaining an appreciation for things like that, specifically because, and I didn't live in a car for a long time, but I lived in a car for a very short period of time. It was enough. It was fucking cold. Like, and when I was, living on the porch, same thing. It's fucking cold in the winter, and it's fucking hot in the summer. To have the access to change your environmental temperature is insane. Like, if you look at, like, kings and queens of old, almost, okay, I understand there's exceptions, but almost the poorest of the poor people in our society today live better than the kings and queens of old. But there's a caveat. Because of the way our society has developed itself as time has gone on, our society has basically said that it's not enough. It's not enough for me to have a big screen TV in here. Let's go in here. In my bedroom, another big screen TV. In my, let's see, in this room, I got an old TV for playing like old video games and stuff. Another big screen TV if I want it. And I got a fifth, I got a fifth big screen TV. Like, my biggest one happens to be in the shop being worked on right now. I have all these fucking TVs. But for me, it hasn't felt good enough, right? It hasn't felt good enough because of bringing in these concepts from others who are outside of my life, because I can speak for me, but I know that a lot of people do this. Bringing in these concepts from outside perspectives, look, I am all for you wanting to drive a Lamborghini or Ferrari or BMW or whatever the hell you want to drive, if you actually want to drive it. The issue is that a lot of people would be perfectly fine with driving a whatever car, except for the way that they're looked at in society for driving such car. Dude, I drive a $2,700 truck. Like my truck, I'm assuming you can't see it from me. Yeah, no, it's all glared out. My truck is basically falling apart, okay? But it gets me everywhere I need to go. Do I want a nicer truck? Sure. But it just doesn't really make financial sense right now, as I'm trying to take my money and learn, the best investments that I can put it into. But it's just incredible to me how much we as a society are not happy with the crazy levels of wealth, because compared to a lot of the world, I'm wealthy as fuck. And odds are, so are you. And it's like we have taken this level of wealth and we are comparing it with these masks of people online who are portraying these lives that they're probably not living. And it's so incredulous to me that we are basically buying so much shit and getting into such nice vehicles and doing all this kinds of stuff, not for ourselves. We're doing it for so many others in life. And we are just continuing to feel that like we ourselves is inadequate. I have food in my refrigerator. I have, like I said, TVs. I got a backyard. I got a gym downstairs. Like, it's not the nicest gym. It's not a finished basement. Fucking water's coming through the wall downstairs, and there's like, I gotta leave a dehumidifier running at all times. But like, it's compared with how we could be living, we have incredible nice things. Dude, there are so many people around the world who are like fucking, I don't know, straining mud water to be able to drink. And it's just amazing to me how inadequate we feel about our own lives. When in reality, maybe it would make you happy to get rid of some of the financial pressures and stresses of which you have in life, and you could just be thankful for the things of which you have. We as a society are suffering from mental illness on unprecedented levels. Everything from depression, bipolar, anxiety, all this kinds of stuff. And it's so crazy to me that a lot of the reason of which we are struggling with this stuff is because we've been made to feel so inadequate by people who are outliers. And yeah, dude, there's people who are, you know, multi-millionaires, absolutely. But they keep putting this thought process out there that if you're not like them, you're basically nothing. And the most important thing that you do is you live a life that feels right to you. If you want to continue to become successful, absolutely do it. If you want to just hang out and have a quote unquote normal life, you're probably already wealthy. Like, to be able to go outside and get in a vehicle, drive to wherever you want to go, come home to a safe house where you're not getting attacked and you don't have to worry about, you know, living in these circumstances because your house is going to get ransacked or you've got an oppressive government or whatever the hell is taking place. Like, you're in like a really, really, really high percent. And it's just, I was just realizing recently just how much that I actually have to be thankful for. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to take stock and become conscious, like, in your own life. God, I screw up a word in like every single video I make. Become conscious in your own life and just really figure out, like, what is it that you want? Like, you, yourself, what do you actually want? Because a lot of times, these ideals of which you're living up to, they're not yours. They're not yours. And once you get there, you're empty. And I have seen this time and time again where people, they get caught up in these groups of others that they really don't fit in. They are constantly networking with people that they cannot stand. They're putting on their own social masks to fit in with other people's social masks. And neither of you are like acting like real people. And it's just to continue to like climb the success ladder. But the problem is you reach the top and you're empty. You know, you left your heart behind, you left your life behind, stuff that would actually make you happy. I mean, I can't tell you how many days I just want to play video games. You know? And like, obviously I don't do it all the time, but like, there's a lot of times I just want to play video games. And that's okay. Because as long as you're being true to yourself, as long as you're doing the things of which you want to do, fuck what anybody else says, man. And just don't hold yourself to the standards of others. Sit down, get a piece of paper out, and just write out what you want your life to look like. Because once you do that, just take steps to make your life whatever it is, whatever you want it to be. And, you know, the hell what anybody else thinks, or the hell what anybody else's, you know, interpretation of what success means. It doesn't have to adhere to your life. And I think a much more fulfilling life awaits you if you take the time to actually figure out what it is that you specifically want and just live your life true to yourself. And that's it.
Don't put me on your level. I am not like you, I'm not gonna settle. Body bag, got a right tag, I'll be right back. Rip off that mask, slip on that glass, fight